What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
TreBouncee, H.O.P.E. Hey, that's what it is, right? They just finished a project in like less than 24 hours.
Shit is done.
Basically, yeah.
Y'all started yesterday at like what?
Yeah. Now, granted, we had this shit laid, so it wasn't like it was written and recorded and mixed matched. Like, nah, but
Yeah, truth be told, like we recorded like half of the shit already.
yeah. But a lot of it got re-recorded and reworked. You know, some new shit came about. Some shit I'm super excited about.
Some shit was done 5 hours ago. A whole new song finished.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Like
That shit crazy too.
Instantly.
Yeah, shit different.
Very different.
When did the idea for the project come about?
I want to say
What time was it? Earlier this year?
no, it was like last year for real.
Yeah, this late last year.
I had
Fall.
Yeah, like during the fall, I hit Trey up. I don't know if I texted him a call. I can't even remember, but
I got
we
the
talked
text for
about
sure.
doing that shit for like a minute though, cause I know we like got some singles, like we've been recording like for a minute together. You know what I'm saying? I hit him was like about that time like we finally like do something, and I know he been I think he was working on Comfort Zone.
Yep.
Around the time that I hit him.
Comfort Zone 2?
Yeah, Comfort Zone 2. He was working on Comfort Zone 2. So I hit him around
That's
that
when
time.
You were on there with the interruption.
Yeah. So it was like at that point in time,
Back
like,
with the
we
pen
been working for a minute. So I was like, bro, we
Dibbling,
might as well
dabbling.
because we've been talking about doing the tape for a minute though.
Yeah, this is definitely probably a couple years in the making at least.
Yeah, okay.
But it came to fully came to fruition late last year.
And it's not your first collaboration together.
No.
Y'all started with Paradox.
I think did we start before that, or was Paradox the first? I think Paradox was the first one.
Like Paradox was like the first, like the
That's the
first
first one,
record,
yeah.
like, we actually like recorded together, like in the same room.
Got that done.
Yeah, that shit old though, bro.
It's-
shit was
it's
like
very old.
2019.
2019.
Yeah,
19, which is like I mean,
Interruption.
if I start rapping in 17, 18, I'm still like that's still rap chat shit.
Getting into it.
So like 19 is when I first but not together.
We're not gonna discuss
We're not
that. We ain't discuss that. We ain't gonna discuss that one.
But
So,
19, I had just like I had just got like equipment and stuff. So like that's still that's a different era, much different era than now.
yeah.
And then came Comfort Zone 2. You had him on Interruption.
Yeah.
Crazy verses for both of y'all.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. But then now we're here with Tithes and Offerings.
Yeah.
So you said you started probably around January, kind of get the idea.
So I think initially, like when I was texting that, like the name of the tape and shit,
Type thing.
the name of the tape.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just I was like in my creative moment, bro. I was in Alabama at the time. Wasn't doing shit down there for real. So I was just writing a lot, and I don't know. I just thought about it. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what I'm saying, my name and his name, and I know like our background and shit like that. So what would make sense?
Yeah.
Instead of just doing some like random shit, you know what I'm saying? So I know like what's gonna be like more significant. So I don't know. God just gave it to me for real.
Both of y'all come from a very heavy church background. I heard
For
y'all
sure.
met at church actually as well.
Yeah, like years ago. Bro.
Yeah. Like, that was Green Pastures. I think that's probably the first time I remember.
Into with the title of this project.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You hear all this. I mean, a lot of the.
Yeah, thematically, like thematically, it's a project with a lot of church influence for sure. Probably from the intro, TBD question mark, all the way down to the song titles and things like that. So, it's a project that has that influence and it's not scared of that either. It's like it leans into it. So I think it's better for it.
And I think you've heard some of like the previews of it and shit like that. Like we talking about a lot of like
Amazing word, definitely.
spirituality in a sense, places of vulnerability, like places we've been at, and growing from those places. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I think it's a big part of who we are, and I feel like we can't run from that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we just who we are.
You feel with writing like this, like you said, when you get vulnerable,
Yeah.
when you really showcase your emotion, do you have to go to a different space to get in that zone? Do you have to kind of tap into something, or this is just your style? Is this different from what you usually writing about?
You wanna go first?
I think to a degree, it's still me on the records for sure.
Yeah.
but I think to a degree it challenged me. I would say to be more focused on some records, like especially when it comes to some of the vulnerable records. The vulnerable records. It's a song on there called "Wine Dreams" that's super vulnerable from the both of us. Mainly, really H.O.P.E, but you know, I come on that end, coming off his verse, cause I heard his immediately. He had it done in like fucking, like an hour, maybe 45 minutes on the way to work. So coming off a verse like that, for example, I was like, just, you know, I challenged myself to make sure I was super focused, stay within the theme, you know, didn't veer off in any way, because that's naturally that's how I think. Like, I'm just a scatterbrained person, so you know, therefore I write in that way. So you know, it's definitely a challenge to try to do that. But I think this project helped me help me grow as an artist in that way.
Any artists
You know,
that
I'm
you
glad
draw
for it.
inspiration for this type of writing?
For the writing in particular, I don't know if you know, I've been listening to a lot of battle rap, honestly, which is like the exact
Which is
opposite.
exactly why
Yeah,
I'm asking this.
for sure.
Does anyone kind of influence that, or this is just like you trying to experiment with? You know what? Let me just talk about what's going on in my head. Let me just spill it on the notepad.
Yeah, I think it's always for me a balance as a writer. You know, it's always a you know, a balance of introspection. It's a balance of, you know, current events, what's going on in my head, in my life, and my influences from other artists. Not even like their content, cause like battle rap, a lot of it's gun bars, so it ain't. And this project is not that at all.
Yeah.
So you know, I couldn't draw from that directly, but you know, I could draw from a writing style, perhaps. You know, tell a story like a Loaded Lux or even a Daylight. You know, scheme rapper, stuff like that. So I definitely think my influence has played a part in how I approach the project.
Definitely. Do you feel it's similar for you?
Talking about like as far like writing style or
As far as writing style, you know, we spoke earlier. You talked about how you kind of usually try to do bars, but lately you've been on you know, let me just rap about this real shit.
yeah. So it's like for me, I think for like the past year and a half, like 2 years, like me personally, like I've suffered like a lot of loss. So it's like, and I'm going to therapy too. You know what I'm saying? Talk about certain things. So it's easier for me now to accept, channel my vulnerable state. You know what I'm saying? To be able to write about it and talk about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you feel that helps you grow as an artist?
Absolutely. I feel like your art it depicts who you are. You know.
Yeah.
To the true essence of your soul. So it's like I can talk slick all day. I can give you punchlines. I can give you bars and metaphors and all that other shit. But what's gonna resonate with you? How you gonna relate to me? You know. And for me personally, I like artists who I can relate to, they talking about some shit like there's some real life shit going on. Like what can I take from that to apply to my life, and then and it helped me out in a better way so I can keep moving forward. Cause I know like for a lot of people, bro, music helps people save people's lives at some points in time. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's like, what can I do to add to that cause? Cause I know I've lived life, I know I've been through things. So how can I give my offering to somebody else in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Cause it was given to me.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Subconsciously, it was niggas don't know it. You know what I'm saying? They might not never know who I am, but niggas have given it to me. So it's like I feel like it's my purpose and duty to give it to somebody else. But if they choose to listen.
No, but there's a therapeutic sense almost in that too. When you're writing like that, you kind of, you know, when that instrumental is really getting at your soul.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're rapping it. There's almost some therapy within that too.
For sure.
You're kind of letting out any of those demons that are still inside you, any of those feelings. So that's definitely true there.
Yeah.
With the project kind of mostly wrapped up now, I know you guys are mostly working on mixing now, getting that done. Are you looking for any specific time to drop it? Any outlook?
We talked about the fall. We haven't come up with like a exact date.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like a vibe for the fall.
So it's for that feel.
Yeah, we got some joints on there though that can be, you know what I'm saying, that we could probably let out this summer.
Yeah, the single. I think we might do 2 singles potentially. But it's content surrounding the project that'll all lead up to it.
Yeah.
You know, probably this fall. Like the single will be out very soon. Probably be out by the time this video's out. In the second single, you know, if we decide to do that, probably won't be too far behind it. Freestyles, all kind of shit, merch, like it you know, we got a good runway, which is like that's how I like to drop. I like to drop with a runway.
Yeah.
And it's plenty of runway, which means there's plenty of content to fill that runway. So I think fall's a good time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about how you guys meshed together in that project. You know, initially hearing how H.O.P.E was rapping on some of the features with you on Paradox and Interruption, you would think you guys have somewhat of a similar style. So I was wondering how that would work out in a full length project. But I guess we could start out first with, you know, what drew inspiration for y'all to even start rapping individually. You know, each person separately. I don't know if you guys also rap together, you know, as y'all were growing up. But we'll start with that, and then we'll lead into kind of where y'all got the idea of meshing together for this project. So if you want to go ahead and start, H.O.P.E, what kind of inspired you to get rapping?
I think so. So actually on the outro, we actually talk about that for real. As you bring that up,
Okay.
yeah. So my cousin, personally for me,
Yeah.
my cousin is a rapper in St. Louis. Been rapping since I was like 12, 13, and I think he was like 14, 15 at the time.
Yep.
And pen just been like immaculate. You feel me? But no, I remember to this day I remember the first time I actually heard him rap in front of me, and his poise at that time, my cousin has like battle rap niggas,
Okay.
like body niggas, like he a conscious dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can make a good jam, and like it's really been like my inspiration with music. Besides my sister too, so I ain't gonna leave my sister out.
Really?
'Cause
So she was in rapping as well?
my sister actually writes, like she used to write poetry too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And she's in the music industry as well and things like that. So mainly my cousin with an art for like rapping. But I'm gonna throw my sister in there too though for
Yeah.
but as far as like
growing up around that environment, obviously, you know, you're gonna try to write something here and there. You're gonna try
Yeah.
to be a
Yeah, 'cause I was-
kind of went with it. You stuck with it.
yeah, I was writing poetry, man, since like 13.
Yeah.
Um
Definitely.
but I didn't really start rapping for real until like I graduated from college and I came back home and
Okay.
dealing with certain things.
Yeah.
And I like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I think I can do this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like by then I was already like doing good like imagery expressional writing.
Okay.
But as far as like rhyme scheming and everything like that, everything really just connected because it was easier for me to connect certain dots.
Yeah.
I like, okay, that can go with this. Okay, that can go with this. All right, that can go with this. So it was easy for me.
Yeah.
So, but I think the hardest thing was actually anybody can write, right? Being honest, anybody can write. But as far as putting it out, as far as like through your mouth and words,
The difference between writing it and rapping.
it's different.
Delivery is
It's
entirely
definitely
different.
different. So I think now, cause I know how long I've been rapping, and it's been a minute since we even got to this place to where we comfortable with our art and hearing the way we sound on records and knowing how our style is and everything like that, and like what we like and shit like that to make everything connect. So I tell everybody, man, you gotta put in your 10K,
Yeah.
10,000 hours, man. So
That rule fits for everything.
yeah.
That rule fits for everything.
Right.
And for you, Harry, what kind of inspired you to start? You said you started around 2017.
Yeah, I think I started
Before it all, or-
on the app that won't be named.
Don't name this shit, bro. They gonna try to find us.
I'm
bro.
gonna
Do it.
beat that bitch out.
Yeah, but you were starting there, kind of dabbling in it.
Yeah.
And
So I started on said app.
Say that.
But I got into it because of my cousin. That's how I started. As well, my cousin Chris. He always been rapping like as long as I can remember. Like that on the outro, that's what I was talking about. Like late night car ride freestyles off the top of the dome. It wasn't me freestyling, it was my cousin.
Yep.
And
see elements of that in the video you were in.
yeah, like he been doing that for as long as I can remember. He still do it to this day.
Yeah, that boy Chris is different, bro.
Different, man. He a different kind of dude for sure.
Did his style rub off on you at all?
No, that's the crazy part.
What's his style more
Like Chris will rap to me like it's a little Jay-Z in there, it's a lot of Wayne in there.
Okay.
But that's like he a punchline type. I'm a punchline rapper too, but he's a little more punchline heavy. But I took it a different direction cause Chris like rapped like in the car.
Okay.
I'm making albums, so it's definitely different.
Yeah,
Shout out my boy
shout out
Chris
CP3, man.
for sure. But so it's like we definitely like went different directions. I took the baton, definitely. So it's definitely, but I rapped a lot different. I rap a lot different now than I ever heard him rap. But he definitely my biggest inspiration for wanting to get into. I remember he sent me some on that app. He sent me some shit, and I remember listening in my room. Like it just like made me feel like I was back at home. So like you back at home, fuck around with your cousins, and you just out here bullshitting, doing whatever. We just doing something. It made me feel like that. So naturally, wanting to hold on to that feeling, I think I'd grab whatever earphones I could find and try to do the same thing. I tried to get on the atlas, whatever. So and from then I kept doing it. Right.
And then you go move to Logic, Pro Tools, whatever.
Right. So you just keep graduating. And here we are. It culminates into a couple solo projects and some acclaim, I guess, and upcoming dual project.
Yeah. So with that being said, the app we will not name. Is that where you guys started rapping together for the first time, or was there also kind of that element of we're in the car together, or we're out with our boys, we're doing this, or how did y'all start?
I don't think I heard you rap until. I heard you rap on Rap Chat, but we weren't rapping together yet.
Yeah,
nah.
I think I actually started with Chris on said chat.
So you started with his cousin.
Yeah.
First off. Okay.
Yeah.
See, everyone in the South.
I mean, all right, so this
that's hilarious.
Yeah, so,
Everyone in the South knows.
yeah, so
That's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, so me and Chris had a joint on there, and then after we did that, shout out to Sozo, by the way.
100%.
He actually, so Sozo, it's his cousin.
Yeah.
That's how I know Krim, Sozo, Chris, and JoJo. That's how I got linked up with Trey.
Mm-hmm.
So Sozo went to school for engineering school for in the A.
So that's your cousin that mixes.
Yeah.
That's him.
And he make beats too. He producer too.
Yep. Super producer tune.
Yeah.
What up, boy?
Yeah, and so I had met up with him one time, and you know what I'm saying, he like, bro, I got the beats. So I like, all right, bet. So I went and bought a mic at Guitar Center,
Mm-hmm.
and that's actually when I first started recording for real, like 2016
On tracks.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we was actually at Sozo apartment. Remember y'all used yesterday? Me and Chris actually rapped on the joint. It's actually, I ain't gonna say it's actually pretty dope. It's actually still dope.
Where the fuck is it at?
We ain't gonna talk about that. But nah. So fast forward, we was still recording. I was recording with them, and we was recording. We was making tracks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Working at the craft, whatever. And it might have been a year later. Think Trey put out it wasn't Passenger Freestyle. It was was it 751? Which one was
1214.
1214
Yeah.
PM joint.
1214 was. I like that song. I need to go. I'm gonna probably put that on platforms eventually.
Yeah, and he recorded that, and I heard bro, that nigga Trey getting better. That shit hard.
I was definitely because I was.
I mean, every time.
This is 1214. This one Ambassador.
Oh, did you start?
This is.
This was the
This
first
is Passengers in that era, but it wasn't.
But
this wasn't that.
That
era.
was the first shit he put out.
Okay, he rapping.
Yeah.
1214 was one of the first
Yeah, 'cause
ones.
this is
Yeah.
I remember rap chat areas for all of us. Cringeworthy for everybody, bro.
That's where it starts, though.
You know what I'm saying? But we putting out work has been put in. Though,
Yeah, no, so definitely in terms of getting better, and I remember the same with you. I was the first that you put on SoundCloud. I was I used to bump that shit all the time. I had to be a top listener, bro. I had to be a top listener, bro.